society is becoming more looks based. Now, this is just natural evolution. We want our kids to look better than our kids, then our kids to look better than our kids, then you get the point, right? Personally, when I was first starting my journey, I was like, why? Why be so vain? Why care about your looks? Why upgrade your looks? Why work out? Why? What is the point? Why am I doing this? Is it really just to impress other people? This is a very selfish attitude because we all have genetic potential. Most of the time, it's hidden by bad diets and no exercise. So these are 3 points that I can give you that help me on my looks maxing journey, continuing to help me on my looks maxing journey. I'm still doing this stuff. I'm not done upgrading how I look, my presence, etc. These are the 3 things I'm doing, and I believe that these 3 things can help you. My name is Dante Culpepper. I make self-improvement content. If you enjoy that type of content and you enjoy kind of what we're trying to do here, I would really appreciate if you like and subscribe. First one, exercise, and I'll put down notes here, frequently, no matter what. So you want to be getting at least 3 days of a solid exercise. And if you're only working out 3 times a week, those 3 sessions need to be intense. You're gonna need some sort of resistance training. A lot of people just walk, a lot of people just run, a lot of people just eat right. Maybe they're healthy, but they don't see themselves change. They don't see their body change. They don't see their confidence change. The big reason for this is because you don't have any resistance training. Whether it's calisthenics, whether it's weightlifting, I do both personally. I'm gonna make a whole schedule about how I incorporate calisthenics with weight training. If you want to see that video, just let me know. But you must exercise frequently. You must continue to push the envelope. Hypertrophy basically just means continuing to up the weight, continuing to do harder calisthenics moves. You got to put some cardio in there. What this all does is it lowers your body fat percentage, which makes your face pop out a little bit more. I should have shaved before this, but get what I'm saying, right? It makes your face pop out a little, makes your jaw lines pop out, your cheekbones. Everybody has these things. Everybody has a jaw, okay? Everybody has cheekbones. They're there, they're there. Unless you have some sort of disease, they are there. But a lot of the times they are covered up with your high body fat percentage. So you gotta lower your body fat percentage. What I would recommend if you are skinny, if you're skinny, bulk for two years, maybe a year or so, bulk for a good year, then cut. I mean, it's really that easy. It's really that simple, but everybody wants abs. Everybody wants all of this. No, you must go through the process of bulking first if you're skinny, and then cut if you're skinny, or if you're skinny fat. And then if you are just fat, you're already halfway through the process. You just need to go to the gym, keep lifting heavy weights, volume. Then after a year, cut. I can make a whole video about that as well, but we got to move on. So drink water, and unhealthy food should be few and far between. Like, I eat unhealthy sometimes. I eat candy sometimes. I eat pizza sometimes. We all make our little mistakes. We all make our little things. But the point that I try to make to myself is few and far in between. So I either eat something unhealthy once a day or nothing at all. And whenever I'm eating unhealthy, it's usually very calorically dense. So it's usually like some candy or like something like that. It's usually what it is, right? It's nothing huge. A lot of times we go on to restaurants, we go out and we, get takeout, and it's like we don't even know how many calories, we don't even know the macros of most of these meals, right? Go to this restaurant, the meal's like 1,000 calories, 40 grams of fat, 20 grams of protein, or it's like 100 grams of protein, but the protein just turns into fat because your ass ain't working out anyways, right? And then we go home and then we're like, oh, it's our genetics. It's not your genetics. You're in a calorie surplus. A lot of y'all are just in a calorie surplus. You're eating 400 grams of calories a day, and you just don't notice it, and you're like, oh my god, what's going on? you're in a calorie surplus. You need to get in a calorie deficit, and you need to eat foods that are more nutritional so you can get your vitamins and all that as well. Another point to add on to this is drink water, bro. Look, got my Dasani, I got my fucking, I got all my shit. Because I always drink water. I always drinking water. This flushes out the skin. I know plastic, all this stuff. A lot of, water is a whole thing of its own. In actuality, it does have a lot of unhealthy things with it. You can get a reverse osmosis machine, which is something I'm trying to invest in, but that's a little more advanced level. This is more beginner type stuff. So if you ain't even drinking water, you're drinking soda, pop, cut all of that ish out. All of that ish, soda, pop, anything that has some sort of color to it, you really need to cut that out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe coffee and an energy drink if you're going to the gym. You need to drink water frequently and regularly because it flushes out the skin and it clears up your skin. And then after that, all you really need to do to further clear up your skin is get some sort of skincare routine where you're just putting some soap on it and you're getting into those pores and stuff. After that, you're pretty much good, man. So moving on to the last one, and the last one, you guys are gonna be like, oh, that's bro science, oh, that's yada yada yada. But in my experience and many people other experience, and if you do look into it, it does have some research to go off of. Basically what I'm talking about is mewing and jaw exercises. So there are many jaw exercises that you can do. What I do is I just get 2 pieces of gum and I just chew it. I just chew it frequently throughout my day. I get 2 pieces of gum, my favorite gum, whatever. I just chew it throughout the day. If I want to make it more intense, what I do is a exercise where you get the gum, you roll it up into a ball, you place it flat on the roof of your mouth, and then you keep doing it. And you keep doing it and doing it over and over. It's kind of like reps. Your jawline works a lot like your abs, where it's like you do have abs. Everybody has abs. You just don't see them because 1 of the body fat percentage and 2 of the muscular density. So your jaw has muscles in it. That's something that people don't realize a lot, is that if you look at the skeleton, and this is what I did because I was like, mewing, that kind of sounds like BS. But what I did was I just looked at the skeleton on Google Images and I tried to put out an image up here. You can see that your jawline does actually have muscles. These muscle fibers are very thin. They're not as big as your biceps or anything like that, but they are there. And since you do have muscle fibers there, you can exercise those muscle fibers and make them stronger. So that's kind of the whole point of mewing. It's the same thing as just doing a bicep curl. It's the same thing as doing an ab crunch. It's just making these muscles over here stronger. Yes, people have stronger jaw lines than other people, but that's with everything. You can't always revert to your genetics and my genetics and all that stuff. And since we done with the points, we can just move on to all this black pill nonsense. Okay, a lot of the times the black pill is correct with our society's getting more and more looks based, but you got to realize, man, you can always put a certain amount of work in. Okay, don't always revert to these excuses, because excuses aren't gonna do anything. You can probably be a model working for Calvin Klein or something like that, but since you don't want to put in the work, and since you don't want to lower your body fat percentage, drink good water. This is what models do all the time. They're not just automatically genetically blessed. You talk to a lot of models and they say, oh, I gotta drink water all the time, I gotta eat healthy all the time, I gotta do all this stuff. Everybody has to do it. You just have to put in that certain amount of work and go through that resistance. Plus, when you go through that resistance, when you're doing these things, it doesn't only make you a physically better looking person, but it makes you a mentally better person as well. It doesn't make you only physically attractive, but mentally more attractive because you have those disciplines in place. But anyways, I believe that's it for today, guys. If you found any value in this video, I would much appreciate if you like the video, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, externalize as much greatness as possible. Much love to you. Peace out.